Hello everyone. Today we are going to make this simple login form using HTML and CSS. Okay, I'm inside Visual Studio Code. It's a free IDE. You can use it. It's a free one. You can download it from its official website. So first we need to make a file, HTML file. We'll give a name of index.html. And we also need a style.css file. Name doesn't matter, you can name it whatever you want, but the extension need to be .css. So open the index.html file and write html:5 and press the tab button. That will generate the ID will generate boilerplate for the HTML. Okay, so let's start coding. We are done with the HTML part and we have to apply the CSS. Okay, so let's add some CSS with this div, for this div. Okay, so the rules of writing CSS is using dot and the name CONTAINER. Okay, this is how you can apply style in this div. There is other way. If you use the ID is something ID, then you can access it using hashtag and then write this way. But we are using class, not using ID for this video, so we don't need to use hashtag. We are okay with dot sign. So inside container we need a height. Height is 500 pixel, and let's give a color. Background color is red. Okay, let's see what we have here. As you can see, we get a square shape. We add a background color red, and we add a 500 pixel. You can edit from, make it here also. Look at our reference. We need this color, and I am using a color picker called XZ. So you can Control Alt C, and that will copy the color, and we can paste inside our CSS file. Definitely you need to use a hashtag because it's the color code. Minimize the XZ and reload it. Okay, you can see we get the same color. So the problem is this div is 100, this width of the div is 100%, so we don't want that. We want approximately 40% or 50%. Let's give a width here. %. Reload it. Okay, we are pretty close. So what else we need to do? We need to make sure this div is at the center of this web page. How you do that? Let's do it. First, we need to make sure the position of this div is absolute. You don't need to know about this position or things we use at the time. You can go with this video and we will teach you later on. Left and left 50% and the top 50%. And let's see what we have. Oh, I gave a minus here. So with left 50%, top 50%, and see where our div is. Okay, we got the div here. So we need to make it in the center. So we use a transform property, transform and translate. That means they're transforming the translate. Okay, the translate 50% and the 50%. This is an x-axis and the y-axis. You don't need to worry about if you don't understand any of this. Just go with the video and see we are at the center of the video. And what else? You can see we have a roundish border here everywhere, maybe 20 pixels, and the height is shorter here. So make our height longer, 100 pixels, and add a border radius 20 pixels. Reload it. Okay, we're close. The width is too long. Let me 40%. Oh, sorry. So width, we need to make sure width is 40%. Reload it. Okay, we're pretty close. Our next goal is adding login input field and adding those features. Okay, so let's do it. Get back to Visual Studio Code and write form. Press tab. That will auto generate the form tag. Action is basically for working with the backend. You don't need to worry about it right now. So here write input, multiply it with 3 and press the tab. That means they will auto generate the input tag 3 times. Okay, save it, and you can see we did this. Looks like that. Okay, so we don't want that. We want the third one is submit. Type will be submit, and the place. Okay, we can do it later. But can do it later. So right now, write a class tag. Add a class tag over here. You can see I already write the CSS. Let's remove it. We are doing it from the beginning. So our input tag looks like this. Okay, so we are going to make it like this. Okay, so first thing we need to do is make it in the center of this div. How we do that? We are doing it using display property is flex. Okay, flex. In the previous div we make it center using those features top left and the transform, but the input form field we are doing it using flex property. Okay, flex okay, flex direction will be column, and we need to make sure it is the center, so we are using justify center, justify content center, and the align items center. So let's see what we have. We have something like this, pretty close, pretty close. And this one, if you go to the inspect mode, you will find out this is our form tag. It is actually uh, on the x-axis it is in the center, but on the y-axis it is not on the center because the height of the form tag is not here. If you add the height, okay, let's say 100%, that it will come in the very center of it. So let's add the height here. Is a height 100%. I guess we are done with the form property. Yes. So let's add uh, some code placeholder. Placeholder is a name. Placeholder is a password. And if you reload it, you can see the name and the password inside the input box. It's because of it's actually the inside the placeholder. Okay, so it looks pretty ugly. Yeah, it looks pretty ugly. Make it beautiful. So we can write some CSS using this tag input without dot. You can directly write the CSS for input using not using dot. So we want a width is let's see 80%, and we want some padding also. Padding is 10%. If 10 pixel. Okay, let's go and check what is padding is. Padding is something like they're growing bigger. Okay, we don't want that much big. We want, let's say, 5 pixel. Okay, and also we want to the input field are separated by a distance. That will a margin, add a margin of 10 pixel. See, but it's, let's look at the, okay, it's, we need more padding, let's say 8 pixel. And also we want a text in the center like this. Okay, so placeholder in the center, we just simply use a text align center, and here we go. So what else? Oh, we forgot the login text here. Let's add some login text. Say h4 login. Yes, we get the login, and you can see there is a big problem. So what you need to do is you can see there is a border, so we need a border none. Okay, and if you do that, we still get some problem, like if when we click in the text field it will generate a border. We don't want that. How we remove it? We remove it like using outline outline none. So I think we should not get it. Oh yes, we don't get it. It's, it looks nice, but not that one we want. So you can see the submit button has a black grayish color. So let's add a class here. You can also access it using the submit type, but it's okay. And change the background color gray. Go on the page, reload it. Okay, we want the exact color, so we will use the pixie. Is that working? Yes. Pixie, copy the color, paste here. Don't forget to add the hash. Yes, and also we need a text color white on this page. You can see the width of those two input buttons are not same, and also there is a lot margin going on over here. We don't want that. So how we remove it? Just add a top of our style sheet a star and right margin 0 pixel and padding 0 pixel, and also box sizing border box. Always border box is always we need that. Maybe I'm not describing it on this video, but I will make another different video on the different properties of the CSS. And this star sign is for selecting all the tag or attribute on the web page and add those applied side. Okay, so refresh it. You can see we don't we have the same size of input button field and not a long margin here. Let's see. Okay, we need to add a shadow. So you can have a shadow using input button. You can add a border. Okay, sorry. Box shadow 1 pixel, 1 pixel. Okay, 5 pixel. Okay, 1 pixel gray, like that. But we want the shadow from a website, the box shadow. Search on the Google, maybe here. Okay, there's a lot of shadow over here. You just need to click on the top you want to use, and it looks pretty wanted. We are okay. Add here. It's a RGB color values and something. It looks beautiful actually. Okay, we add the shadow. That's all for today. Thank you. Give a like and subscribe.